Everybody remembers Predator, right?
Not that one.
In 2019, this guy became a clear and present danger to Trump's presidency. They shared decades of Trump's pre-presidential history, and Jeff had receipts.
We were underage. We were little girls.
In 2018, the Miami Herald made the Jeffrey Epstein's weird sweetheart conviction a big problem for President Trump. The story became super popular in the media and stood to drag Trump into Epstein's decades-long trafficking crime spree, which ignored scores of his young victims' rights and their ability to seek justice.
We were underage. We were little girls.
And sex trafficking. You've answered a few questions here today. I'd like to look at the November 28th Miami Herald investigative series that I know that you followed into the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein, and I want to quote from that. Epstein, a wealthy hedge fund manager, quote, assembled a large cult-like network of underage girls with the help of young female recruiters to coerce into having sex acts behind the walls of his opulent waterfront mansion as often as 3 times a day, close quote. The report continues, he was also suspected of trafficking minor girls, often from overseas, for sex parties at his other homes in Manhattan, New Mexico, and the Caribbean. The Herald series continues, quote, in 2007, despite ample physical evidence and multiple witnesses corroborating the girl's stories, federal prosecutors and Epstein's lawyers quietly put together a remarkable deal for Epstein, then age 54. He agreed to plead guilty to 2 felony prostitution charges in state court, and in exchange, he and his accomplices received immunity from federal sex trafficking charges that could have sent him to prison for the rest of his life. He served 13 months in a private wing of the Palm Beach County Stockade. His alleged co-conspirators who helped schedule his sex sessions were never prosecuted, and the deal, called, again, this is the Miami Herald, a federal non-prosecution agreement, was sealed so that no one, not even his victims, could know the full scope of Epstein's crimes and who else was involved, close quote. The fact that federal prosecutors appear to have crafted the secret sweetheart deal for a child rapist obviously enrages moms and dads everywhere. On this particular case, will you commit to making sure that there's a full and thorough investigation into the way DOJ handled the Epstein case?
So, Senator, if I'm confirmed, they can count on it.
We should be prioritizing our responsibility to the victims of sex trafficking who are left afraid and voiceless. In this particular case, many of the women who were clearly victims, trafficked, rape victims, had no awareness of the fact, and I think in violation of federal statutes of victim notification, that this non-prosecution agreement had been agreed to, and not just that Epstein and his co-conspirators were not indicted, but the rest of the investigatory matters of the department were also suspended. It seems truly bizarre. I think moms and dads watching this hearing would like to know that you will pledge broadly to attack sex trafficking as a scourge in our society. Can you pledge to us that this will be one of your priorities at the department?
They can count on it.
Thank you.
His first shock, and then there was lots of anger. Jeffrey Epstein was an accused sex trafficker and abuser of children. He was connected to some of the richest and most influential people in the world. Tonight, he is dead.
They can count on it.
Not suicide, but rather a homicide carried out by person or persons who wanted Epstein's silence.
Super convenient for Trump. Only 6 months after Barr's confirmation, and better yet, only 3 months after Trump formally launched his 2020 re-election campaign. No chance of the Epstein scandal spoiling anything.
A homicide carried out by person or persons who wanted Epstein's silence.